So we're gonna get started into my eye look today. Please, if I come in close, do not mind those eyebrows of mine. I grow like little hairs everywhere except for like where my eyebrows are. So I'm a little bit behind on my waxing, been a little busy. So at any rate, we're gonna start off with, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Shadow Lock Primer. And this is in the pearl, so this is really good for shimmery, metallic, and any glittery type of eyeshadows that you have. And if I come in close, I don't know how well the lighting in the camera is picking it up. It looks okay in the viewfinder, but you can see that it has all of the glittery properties. So that's on. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my crease. I'm using N.Y.X Nude Matte Shadows, and this is in the shade Dance the Tide. It's just a really nice warm brown. I'm taking that in the crease and above. This is my more transition color. I'm using my Lab Squared, just blending in brush. I just recently mentioned this on my haul. Really liking it. And so I'm just going to blow out the crease and above. Okay, so that's done. It is picking up just a smidge orange on camera. I think it's just the lighting. We're getting into fall, so everything outside's getting kind of orange, and I'm using the natural light, so I think it just makes things look more orange. But this is just a really nude, or not nude, but a warm brown, very warm brown. It does have some orange undertone in it, so I think that's why when I apply it, especially with my skin color, it looks kind of orangey on camera, but do not fear, I promise you, it is not orange in real life. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to go into the Comfort Zone palette now. And I'm going in with my e.l.f. eyeshadow seat brush. Yes, I'm still using the same one with the tape. I'll explain this. I'm going into the color that is denoted eyelid right here. Look at that, looky pan. And I'm going to just pack that all over the lid. I'm gonna go in and deepen up the crease just a little bit, and I'm going to target this just in the crease. So I'm going into the shade that is noted crease color. It's right here. It's kind of a taupey golden. It does have sheen in it, and I think though when I keep it where it is and where it's kind of targeted, it doesn't pull as much sheen. So I'm going in with my e.l.f. crease brush. I'm going to dip into that, tap off, and I'm going to target it just in the outer corner and the crease. So to do that, when I put it in, I'm going to keep my eye open. So then I'm just going in that area, and as you can see, I'm not really going past where, like if I'm looking straight here, where my iris ends, you know, the brown part of my eye. I'm just staying right out there in that outer half. And so you can see that's deepened it up. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do my highlight part, because I always like to kind of do the brow bone and the inner tear duct highlight after I've done that. And I'm going into the shade that is marked brow bone. It's a nice buttery color, lots of sheen. I'm going to put that on up here using just this little fluffy crease brush. I'm going to make sure I tap that really, really good. And I'm just going to, you know, glide that up here across the top. These little sponge tip applicators, they come with like all of your drugstore palettes that you buy. And I find for this application, this is the perfect little tool. So for all of my palettes that have like, you know, like the Wet n Wild ones especially, that have a shade that I'm going to actually use to highlight the inner tear duct, I just either keep it in there or I throw one of these in here. So I'm going to go into that brow bone shade, and I just still tap it on, tap off the excess, and then what I'm going to do the inner tear duct, and this is such a simple, foolproof way to do this, is you're going to close your eye and sweep it across. So just like that. I bring it in pretty close to my nose because I always highlight in there. And then maybe just up a little bit right there. And see? It's perfect for this application. Okay, so I just did the lighting a little bit, i.e. my blinds, so I think it's showing up a little bit better now. I think it was looking a little washed out. So, now that we've done that, I'm going to work on the outer corner. And so, I want this just to be a tad bit more deepened, a little bit more dramatic for the outer corner. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the shade here marked Definer. And this is like a brown with plum, but you can see there, super, super dark. And has some glitter in it. But I think that if you overblend, especially with me, with this color, it ends up looking muddy. Like, see, I'll wipe off a little bit on the towel here. There'll still be a good amount on my finger. But it's lost a lot of its purpleness. And I don't know, it just, I feel like it looks muddy. So I try to target this to a very small area and try to use it like full on color rather than really blending it too much. So what I use for this, and I'm going to explain to you how I do this, is I'm using my e.l.f. concealer brush. As far as I'm concerned, this is just a very small flat eyeshadow brush. I'm going to one tap into the product. Now, I wish I had a white brush so you could really see how very little I have on here. I mean, it's one little tap, tap off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use the size of the brush to determine, hold on, I flipped it around, okay, to determine where this is going to be placed and how. And so what I do is I close the eye and I'm just going to tap right here on the outside of that corner with the width of the brush, and then literally I'm shoving it into my crease. Just literally shoving. Like, see if you can see there? Like, I'm shoving that up in there. But as you can see, I'm just tapping it right there, the width of the brush, and then shoving it into the crease. And that's all I'm going to use there to deepen that corner. So you can tell, see the difference, the dramatic effect that takes. So again, one tap, tap, tap off. Using the width of the brush, I'm tapping it on the outer corner. Okay? And see? Just that little bit makes a big difference. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with my blending brush. And I'm going to go back into my Dance the Tides. And I'm just picking up one little tap and really tapping it really, really good, because I really don't want to add so much color as I want to soften the edges, and I'm definitely not really going to blend too much over there because, like I said, I think that it just gets muddy looking. So now we're going to move on to the lower lash line. It's something I love to do. And it's something I always do, and that is do a smudge. But today I'm going to do kind of an ombre smudge. So I want to first make sure that my inner tear duct is really, really kind of popping there. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. smudge brush, and this is in the professional line, they're $1. And just on the inner tear duct part, I'm taking that brow bone color and just making sure that that is really defined. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into the shade that was marked Crease in the Comfort Zone palette. I'm going to tap my brush in there and tap off. And then I'm just going to go from where I ended the tear duct almost all the way out to the edge, because I'm going to kind of blend over that anyway. I need to sit up straight. So just right in here. Now I'm going to go into that definer shade. Now, what I do for this definer shade, because it's so pigmented and so dark, is I will tap my brush in one time, then I will tap it on my little towel that I have here twice. I try to do it one time and it's still too much. So now I'm just doing the outer third. So basically, if you look straight from where your tear duct, or where your outer corner is, to where like your, just before where your like iris starts, that's pretty much how I divide my eye into thirds. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less, but that's the best judge I can get to make it even on both sides. So again, I'm just gonna go here, and I have to look straight. See, look at that, that was 2 taps off on the brush. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put on the liquid liner. I'm using my e.l.f. Expert Liquid Eyeliner in Jet Black. And it's, I don't know, it's just kind of my go-to and kind of my favorite. So that's that eye. We'll move on to the other one. Okay, I am making a solemn vow that I cannot do my eyeliner on camera. I tried, I really did try for you guys. And as soon as I started, I mean, it was just a total mess. And you know, isn't that like Murphy's Law? If it can happen, it will. And now it's really killing me because I swear to God, one of my eyes looks bigger than the other and I can't fix it, and I've been trying to fix it. But I'm not starting over. I have things to do today. I have places to go. I am, however, gonna be brave. I'm gonna put some lashes on camera. So, I'm using my Salon Perfect 110s. I've already worn these a couple of times. And if you saw my haul video, when I hauled these puppies for $1 a piece, and of course I didn't bring any tweezers in here with me, but you know what? I don't need tweezers. I'm gonna be that good today. So, pray for me, guys. I'm using my Revlon Precision Lash Glue. This is in the clear. The lash glue I think is about ready. Like I said, it goes on clear, but I don't know how well that's picking up. You see how it's starting to get kind of a blue cast to it? That's when I know it's ready. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll go ahead and I'll do my bottom lashes. I'm using my Maybelline Lash Sensational in Blackest Black for my bottoms. Okay, and then when they're dry, but maybe not 100% dry, but very close to being dry, I will kind of blink on my finger. And that kind of helps curl my lashes up there. So, you know, just kind of couple blinks on my finger. And that's actually a little secret I learned from Emily Noel 83 at the Beauty Broadcast. I love her. I really do. But she has a great video called False Lashes 101. If you're new to false lashes, go check that out, because honestly, that's what I checked out, and I've been doing that now for a couple of years. I think it's been a couple of years that video's been up, and it's how I get mine on, and I'm telling you, the girl is fantabulous when it comes to that. So, now to just kind of marry the two sets of lashes, I like to use the L'Oreal Voluminous in Carbon Black. I really don't like this mascara. I thought I would. I don't like it. But what I do like about it is that it stays extremely soft. It doesn't get hard and crunchy. So I think that's why I like to use it when I have my false lashes on, because it helps keep them, you know, more fresh and helps them last longer. So I just kind of blink that on there too. And then that just kind of helps marry my sets of lashes. Oh, now they look so natural. Here, let's go to the side. And again, these are the 110s. So, not too much drama, but enough. Now, another thing too though is if you're wearing liquid liner or any heavy liner, it's always gonna make your lashes look smaller. So that's why when I'm wearing kind of like a heavy line, I definitely want to put on lashes, because the lashes I have just disappear. I'm starting to turn orange, so that tells me that we're starting to get to the end of the filming zone for Natural Light. It is 3 o'clock on the dot here in the central. metropolitan STL area. My holy grail of fall lip colors. This is N.Y.X Intense Butter Gloss in Chocolate Creme. Just the perfect fall color with the hint of berry and brown. That's, I think, the best way to kind of describe it. It's a little bit of berry, it's a little bit of brown. Okay, so here we go. I'll come in a little bit for you so you can see. Here's our eye look. Nice, pretty, I'm thinking just fall type of look. You know, using a lot of the kind of golds and kind of coppery colors and, you know, penny colors. You know, and you know, just, you know, an everyday go-to fall look. And actually, if you've seen probably like a lot of my Tuesdays with Leyla's, this is the look I tend to have on because it's just kind of my go-to fall look. I'm really comfortable with it. Again, I like it. I think it's simple. Of course, when I'm doing it in a tutorial, it seems extremely difficult. But I promise you it's not. It's very simple to put together. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this fall get ready with me eye look, because it's been a chore. But again, I enjoy doing it. It is a lot of fun. So I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.